Characteristics of a strengthening statement. A correct strengthening statement should address the inherent weakness in reasoning and eliminate it, or provide additional information for supporting the conclusion drawn in the argument. Let's look at some live examples. Which of the following statements, if true, would most significantly strengthen the conclusion? This is generally the question statement for strengthening questions. Here is an argument. The missing link is between 15% GDP growth and performance of the political party. Here is an answer choice. This answer choice, by suggesting that GDP growth is an important factor in deciding the performance of a political party, is filling the missing link between the GDP growth and the conclusion that the party has done a good job and deserves another term. So this is a fine strengthening statement because it addresses an inherent gap, a weakness in the argument. One more example. The same argument, the same missing link, another answer choice. GDP growth is the most important factor in deciding the performance of a political party. Once again, this fills the missing link between the premise that the GDP has grown by 15% and the conclusion that the party has done a good job. Please do not get into evaluating the answer choice, because see, the language of the question is that which of the following statements, if true. So you have to assume the answer choice to be correct and simply judge that whether this answer choice is strengthening the conclusion by forming a strong link between the GDP growth and the performance of the party. This answer choice is very much filling the missing link and is a fine strengthening statement. One more example. The same argument, the same missing link. Look at this one. During tenure of no previous government, the GDP grew by more than 10%. Please do not think that this answer choice is irrelevant because it talks about previous governments. By suggesting that 15% GDP growth during the tenure of the current political party is highest ever, this answer choice is also strengthening the argument by bringing in additional relevant information. One more example. The same argument, the same missing link, another answer choice. Extrapolators are generally incorrect on GMAT, so answer choices suggesting that something happened there should happen here are generally incorrect. However, you must make sure that an extrapolator being perceived so is actually so. In this case, the answer choice is not an extrapolator, because before drawing the comparison of 12% and 15%, the argument has drawn an analogy by suggesting similar economies. So if other similar economies did not grow by more than 12% and this economy grew by 15%, this answer choice is also strengthening the conclusion by bringing in additional relevant information. This is also a very fine strengthening statement. This was the concept, guys. GMAT shorts are deliberately kept brief. For an elaborate explanation, please refer the stage 1 videos. Thanks for watching.